You're welcome back. This is the part 3 of how to make VB.NET project. In this video, let us understand how to make form design and how to send the data from the form to the table. That is a database table from VB to SQL Server. So we also learn like how to create the new form, how to name the form, and how to insert the data, how to enter the data entry, like what are the fields are there, we'll enter the data and how to send the data from form to the table, that is to the database. I'll show you all this in this video. Fine. So let's start Visual Studio. So in the previous video, we already created the project. So let's open the same project again. So we are using Visual Studio 2019 and you can see that this is a college management. So I just go to open project here and select the folder. So that is in G drive, VB project, college management. You can see the two files are there. One is VB project, one is solution file, that is SLN. So SLN may contain multiple VB projects. So, but if you have only one project, you select any one file will do the job. Therefore, I'll choose VB project. There is a college management dot VB project and I click open. So whatever is already done, it will open now. So now you can see that this is what the things we designed in the previous video. Now let's continue with this. Now we have a table called as a course table. In this there are three fields: course name, details, duration. So these three fields we need to design in the form and then we want to send the data to the table. Let us learn how to do this. So now to design a page, let me take a new form. For that you have to go to project, then click add form, that is a Windows form. Then you can see that here is the default form, Windows form. You need to select this. There are a lot of things are there. So we'll discuss the rest of the things later, but let us take the Windows form and then give the name. Now this is the course form, so therefore you can write as a course form. So course, what is there in this form? The course details. So that is a course form. Click add. Now you can see that it is a course form. Instead of form 1, form 2, form 3, we given the name. Therefore this particular form name is a course form. First step, okay, we're going to change the background color first. So select some color. Okay, so let us say this color. And now next step is we can set the font here. Okay, so by default the font size is 8.25. So instead of that, I'll make it as 12. Okay, a little bit bigger. And you can also say select the font name, what font name you want. I'll choose Verdana. Right. And then there is one more property, that is the window state. We can maximize this. So when it's maximized, so it will come full screen. Now I'll save the form. So in a properties, I change three properties. One is background color, font size, and the window state. So you can read all the rest of the properties, and some are applicable. But at this stage, we'll use only these properties. Fine. Now our form is ready. Now if I want to run this particular form only, then what you have to do is you have to go to my project, and there is a startup form here. So instead of form 1, we can change to course form. Instead of startup form, you have to change to course form. Then close this and now save. And now we run this. Now you can see that it comes for the full screen because the window state is maximized. So it will come as a full screen. Done. Now we need to design the form for to enter the data. So therefore, I'll go to toolbox. I'll take a label here. I'll take the first label. So first label is a course name. So I'll change the name course name in a text. So this is the properties. So here you have to change. Okay. So if you don't have properties window, you have to go to view menu and then you have to select the properties window here. So now you can see course name. Now we require a corresponding text box here. So let us take text box. So here is a text box. So we can keep the text box over here. So the name is text box 1. So let it be as a text box 1. We can change the name. So because we have only limited number of text boxes, there is no problem. Let it be as a text box 1. So next what we can do is we can copy, hold the shift key, select the first label, hold the shift key and then click on the text box. So both are selected. Copies, Control C. So Control V, paste. So you can see that both are pasted now. Now here is a course details, so therefore you can write details here. So here because we want to enter more data, so therefore I can change to multi-line. So details you can enter a little more, it's fine. So next one is a, now this time we want only label, Control C, Control V, duration. Duration is our semesters, okay, so number of semesters. For this, so combo box is suitable, so therefore we'll select the combo box. So here is a combo box. So these semesters I'll shortcut to sems. So I'll take to left side. Now this is the combo box 1. Here semesters may be up to 8 or 10. So therefore in the combo box there is a property called as a collection. Items, then collection. So items you need to enter. So therefore let me enter the items. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. So any course can contain 2 semesters, 4 semesters, 6 or 8, even 1 semester, depend on the course. Now 3 text boxes are ready. I mean 3 columns are ready. Next we require a button. So select the button. So let me have one button for new. So let's say new. So we required one more button to save. Control V. So here we call it as a save. Right. So one more button we can have to close the this particular form or close the application. So let's close this. So now we need to write the code for this. Okay. So for close, if you double click on this, so it is a button 3 click. So this is me.close. Me.close. Now run this project. So click the close button. See that project is closed. So okay. Next step is we need to write for the new. So when you click new, what you want to do? So if some data is there, you should clear all the data, right? So therefore, you have to go to new. Here you have to write text box 1.text that is equal to empty. Then text box 2.text is equal to empty. Even you want to make combo box also empty, then you can say combo box 1.text is equal to empty. All the three will be empty. Now we can test it again. So enter some data. So we select something. Now we say that it is the old previous data. So when you click new, so everything will be cleared. So now you can see that cursor can be bring it over here. So in order to bring the cursor over there, you need to write text box 1 dot focus. Okay, so it's not focus now. So it is at select actually. So earlier it is a focus, now it is a dot select. You have to give dot select. So now if I run this again, so now you can see that there is some data. We selected something here. So when I click new, so everything is cleared and the cursor is in the first text box. When you press the tab key, it will go to second one, next third one, next it come to save. Now assume that after entering all the data, when press the tab key, you should come to save button, not the new button. But when you start the form, that time you should be there in the new button. So that is a cursor order. Okay, now cursor you can see it is in the first text box, but we want to it be in the new. So how do we change the order? Cursor order. So in order to change the cursor order, so there is a property called as tab index. So you can see the tab index to 0 here. So this is the first one. Next from here it should go to 1. Then it should be 2 here. Then this is the 3. Next here it is a 4. Next this one 5. Now what happened? The cursor moves in order. So go to start again. So you can see that cursor is here. You can press the enter key. Cursor go to course name. So enter the course name. Tab key. Enter the data. Then select the course. Then you click the tab button. It will come to save. So we can click the save from the enter key or you can click in the mouse. So therefore you need to take the order. How the cursor should go. So when I click new. So cursor should go here. From tab it will come over here. Next tab it should come here. Next tab it will come to save. Now again you test the tab. It will come to close. So again tab will come to new. So that's how the order should be in in an order. That is a tab index, right? So now tab index is in order. Now we need to save the record. So before saving the record, so as we discussed already, we need a connection string. So therefore, first you need to import, that is system.data.sql client. Next, you require a connection string that is already done in the form 1. So therefore, I just go in the form 1. I just copy this. So please watch the part 2 video, like how to get the connection string. So now your connection string is ready. Now we'll come to button 2. In a button 2, before saving the record, we want to check whether you enter to the text box 1 to combo box. Therefore, you have to write one if condition. If text box 1 dot text, that is equal to empty, 1 equal only, then so you have to give the message box. So there is a message box dot show. So here please enter the course name. Then you can give exit sub. So exit sub means you don't execute rest of the code. You have to stop here only. If there is empty, the text box 1 is empty, then no need to execute this. So how this works? So let me run it again. So click save. It says that please enter the course name. So without course name, you can't able to save the record. Also, cursor should go to the text box 1. So therefore you can say text box 1 dot select. Now cursor will go to the text box 1. Assume you enter everything. Now you want to save the record. So if you want to save the record, first SQL connection has to be opened. So therefore you can write SQL connection dot open. Connection is open, and then you have to close the SQL connection. SQL connection dot close. Once the every work is get over, we need to close that. In between, we need to write the insert statement. So in order to write the insert statement, you require a command object. So therefore, dim cmd1 as new SQL command. New SQL command. So here it will take two parameters. One is command text. The other one is command text on the connection. Both we can pass it here. Command text and the connection, both we can pass. So therefore what I'll do is I'll take a variable now. So declare one more variable, dim SQL var as string. SQL var as a string. Now here SQL var is equal to, so you can write the insert statement, insert into table name. So what is your table name? So you have to give the exact table name. So that is a course tab. So course table, course table, then you have to write values, then there should be open bracket. So we have separate videos to learn like how to learn SQL. So please watch that video. All this is provided in the description. All the links are provided in the description. So just go to the description, check out all the videos. Now all the text, okay, so because if it's a text, you have to start with a single quote, then double quote, then ampersand, then you have to give text box 1 because first value is there in the text box 1. Therefore you can take text box 1 dot text ampersand. The ampersand is to concatenate the text. So up to this is one part. So you want to join the rest of thing, therefore it is ampersand. And after this value you want to join it again, therefore again one more ampersand, double quote, single quote because we open the single quote here and you have to one more single quote at the end, both single quotes. Then comma, that is first column is over. Again single quote because now you need to start with the second column. And this is a text box 2 where detail is available. Dot text, again ampersand, double quote, single quote, comma. Right. So again single quote for the last column. And this one is a combo box. So combo box 1 dot text. So the name of the combo box 1. Therefore you can give as a combo box 1 and you have to close the bracket. So all this should be in order. Okay. Anything you missed, then definitely error. So even you miss the bracket over there. So any small mistake you do, the definitely errors will come. Now here you need to provide this SQL var. That is the first one. And then connection. So connection name is the SQL connection. Therefore, you can see SQL connection. So SQL var comma SQL connection. SQL var will have the insert statement. SQL connection is the database connection. So where it has to go. So both are there. Now we need to execute this cmd1 dot execute non-query. When you say execute non-query, the query will be executed and the data will go to the table. So then you can give the message box record saved successfully. Fine. So save this, and now you can check course table and then say show table data. There are no data. Okay, so it's totally empty now. Fine. So now let's run this. So click new. Okay, so now you can say course name is BE. This is Bachelor of Engineering, and totally there are 8 semesters. Now click save. So you get the message record saved successfully. Means everything is order, everything is okay. Now we need to check whether the data is passed to the table or not. So BE Bachelor of the 8. So that is done. Okay, that is data transferred to the table. So now we are successfully inserted the data. So again we can run. So click new. So this is BCA. So this is Bachelor of Computer Applications. So it is 6th semester. So click save. Record saved successfully. Right. Now we open the table. So 2 records are there. That's how we can insert the data to the table. So hope you understand like how to insert this. So please try all these things. So in the next video, we'll see like how to display the data in a data grid. So what are the entries already done? We can able to see in a data grid. That I'll show you. So for more videos, please go to iBlix tutorials and then click on videos. So here you can see the lot of videos we have provided. So particularly project is concerned, and you can also learn VB.NET or Python or PHP from this channel. So please subscribe to our channel and then keep try. Okay, thank you.